Welcome to Reread, where I'm rereading through the expanded universe in chronological order. Folks, before I get to the main novel, I want to talk about a short story that I was supposed to review in the last video and I just totally forgot for some reason. But it's called Full of Surprises. It's a Hasbro exclusive comic book that came with the Jedi Starfighter. Obi-Wan gets in the Jedi Starfighter to take it for a test drive and is attacked by the Slave One and Jango Fett and is like, oh no, what's going on? But then escapes. And you're thinking, well, how did he forget about this adventure when it came to episode 2? Oh well, it doesn't matter. It's just a little comic book to help out with the toys. Let's talk about the Attack of the Clones novelization by R.A. Salvatore. Now, rereading this was a real joy. I remember a lot of people were telling me that I was misremembering it when I first reviewed it and said, or whenever I talked about this, I said, yeah, R.A. Salvatore added a lot of stuff in that book. They said, no, he didn't. No, he just wrote in the deleted scenes and that was it. You're wrong. Unless there are so many deleted scenes that we don't know about, you know, then maybe you're right. But there's at least 2 chapters, I believe, of just Klieg Lars, Shmi Skywalker, kind of their relationship being with Owen and Beru, and they're kind of, you know, just kind of setting the tone on what a joyous family they are. Even though Shmi misses her son, she does love her new life that she has. She just wishes Anakin could be a part of it. And of course, it talks about when Klieg finds that she's been kidnapped collecting mushrooms from the Vaporators. It talks about the battle between the farmers and the Sand People that was very bloody. And I don't know, out of the 30 that went back, only 5 came back alive. I mean, there were decapitations, and Klieg, of course, gets his leg torn off. He chokes a Tusken Raider to death and tries to stand up and run, and he falls to the ground thinking, oh no, who tripped me up? But then realizes he's missing a leg and doesn't want to get a robotic replacement because he doesn't want to be part droid. He's not a big fan of droids, so he doesn't want to be part droid. He'll just get a hover sled and just move around that way. And then the part where, you know, Owen tells his father, hey, you need to give up. She's dead by now, Pop. And of course, he's miserable and sad and decides to finally relent. There's a lot of scenes that you don't see about Anakin and Obi-Wan. Those are extended whenever you see them talking. Like, there's a good page or 2 that happens before they get into their movie lines. Sure, it could have been that he saw the extended clip, but there's a lot of that. There's way more, and I knew this, but someone said, no, Matt, all he did was write over that, you know, because there's a lot of Padme Anakin in this. A lot of Padme Anakin scenes, which was good. You needed it. But everyone said, oh, no, Matt, that was when they saw the family. Those were just the deleted scenes. No, it's way more than deleted scenes. There's lots of discussions that they have. Some are on camera that we saw in the movie. A lot of them are off camera, and it needed it. It needs more Anakin and Amidala kind of getting together because it doesn't make sense. They haven't seen each other for 10 years. Last time she saw him, he was a kid, and then all of a sudden she has the hots for him and he loves her, even though he's never really spoken about her in the expanded universe that much. You know, maybe once or twice, but he doesn't really moon over her as much. You think he would. That's another thing. Missed opportunities. There should have been more Senator Palpatine and Anakin moments leading up to Attack of the Clones, especially now that they know that they've been friends this whole time. They should be going back doing some more of that. I don't understand why Jude Watson didn't put that maybe in every book, like after an adventure when he goes to Coruscant. She did it for one book. But keep doing it. Keep showing that Palpatine and Anakin have this kind of, you know, relationship. That Anakin respects and trusts Palpatine, just like he does in Attack of the Clones. So, like I said, there are some missed opportunities there. Plus, Count Dooku. Man, there's a lot of Count Dooku in the novel. Like, people are shocked. Like, Mace Windu just can't believe. He is one of the best of us. He's like Yoda to these people. Count Dooku was the most honorable, reverent. When he left, he took our hearts with him. And we understand that he left because he thought the Republic was corrupt, and we understood that, but we didn't want him to leave. We still love him. And I wish we could see some great, you know, back in the day, why is Count Dooku loved, revered? He was obviously a great Jedi, so I wish there would have been more books or short stories or novels talking about the good Jedi, you know, Master Dooku, you know, and stuff like that. Or I've always wanted Dooku Qui-Gon stories. We got a little bit of one in like one of Jude Watson's Legacy of the Force or Legacy of the Jedi books. But to have a whole series of that'd have been awesome. But there's one scene where Obi-Wan's being captured by the Separatists, and Dooku comes to see him, and Obi-Wan's thinking, man, here's a great guy. Here's someone that Qui-Gon, you know, respected and loved, and he feels Dooku trying to, send out feelings toward him like, you can trust me, I'm your friend. But Obi-Wan is kind of fighting it off because he knows Dooku is not. He's seen Dooku, up to no good with all the Separatists, but still he can't help but feel that maybe Dooku is still good. And even though they never met, and they say that in the movie, that he knew that he was someone who taught Qui-Gon. He might be a good guy. Yeah, there's something. Maybe I should trust him. Oh wait, no. He's Dooku. He's evil. He's evil now. And we only see him as evil. So I wish there would have been more seeing him as, not so evil. A good Jedi. There are some scenes where when Anakin goes off to find his mom, there's some scenes of him tracking the Tusken Raiders, finding the camp. A little bit more of the fight we see, not too much, but a little bit more of the fight. He and his mom have a little bit more conversation than they did in the movie. Again, that could have been deleted scene or extended scene they just cut for the movie. But then there's a scene where Padme is at home with the Lars giving 3PO an oil bath because he really needs one because he didn't like the sand in his gears. Like Anakin doesn't like the sand. He gets everywhere. So she gives him an oil bath, talks to Owen Lars, talks to Beru. Beru's asking her what Naboo is like, and I'll probably never go because I'm more of a homebody. I like to stay here. I mean, there's a lot of conversations that didn't happen in the movie, and I don't think they were filmed. I honestly believe that Ari Salvatore came up with these and put them together. Now, the funny thing is, the last, 30 minutes, 40 minutes of the movie, rushed in the book. There's like 30 pages, 1 page for each minute. Ari Salvatore, because I used to read his Forgotten Realms, he likes writing action. He does action scenes all the time. But it seems like for this book, he was like, screw this. I am not doing action scenes. So he just rushed through the last 30 minutes of the movie in the last 30 pages. I mean, it ends there's maybe maybe this much of the page is, and Anakin and Amidala got married, or Padme, that's her name, can't remember her name now, got married on Naboo. Everyone was there. They were getting married. They shared their first kiss as husband and wife. The end. This is it. This is over. So it's okay, I've written enough. Now it's time to wrap this up. I'll watch the rest of the movie and wrap it up. It's not a bad novel. In fact, like I said before, I'm going to stand to it. I think this is better than the movie. I think it's better than the movie. I think Ari Salvatore did a great job. He rushed through the action scenes really quick, but I guess he wanted to focus on other things like building that relationship between Padme and Anakin, which is a stretch, right? Unless they were both jonesing for love and they were just, it's two teenagers hot for each other. Maybe because that's kind of what it plays off, really, if you think about it. But he tried to add some some text and some background to that relationship, which doesn't completely explain everything, why they're so hot for each other after 10 years later. But it does let you know that they talked more than just in those scenes in the movie. Because if it was just those scenes in the movie, you're still thinking, why? And honestly, you're thinking, why would you do this? Why would these two people get together in the first place? But, why would Padme love Anakin so much when he does outbursts and acts like a child? It's kind of hard to explain. But either way, still a good book and worth your time. All right, folks. See you later.